भाई आप क्यूए आप एक बैग क्यूए जाए गोशा हतर वाटे सिंह तजेलो मतिले Dirje denne kollani Minna minne barreu Dirje denne kellani Minna minne barreu Minna minne barreu Singa kodiya wa holla de khale avilla Apadauru makirula ganna ekatuwe alla Ekwa maya mu perata bataye ninangola Singa naad padura mu api kollo dinabala
Cricket पे प्राण आई दिल से अभिमान आई हृदय कुंजे से आई अब डोर बसिया सुनाई क्रिकेट पे प्राण आई दिल से अभिमान आई ओ बेटा तुम में गले न कपड़ा जिरो लगे ने मुआए तब फैले पेला
Minna kollani Minna minne barreu Dirje denne kellani Minna minne barreu Minna minne barreu Singa kodiya wa holla de khale avilla Apadauru makirula ganna ekatuwe alla Ekwa maya mu perata bataye ninangola Singa naad padura mu api kollo dinabala Go, 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 let's go, 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 let's go, 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 let's go, 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 let's go.
Pam pam ra pam pa pam, pam pam ra pam pa pam, pam ra pam pa pam.
Welcome, my lovely listeners, to your own show, Cricket with Mahesh Iyer. After a gap of about 2 weeks, well, not quite 2 weeks, I was here Saturday evening, the 6th of September, before I went off town for about 10 days. So I did miss the show on the 14th of September, but happy to be back here in the studio on this lovely Sunday, late morning, the 21st of September. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope my regular listeners, you all have missed me. I have surely missed being in the studio and enjoy every moment of being back here in the studio to bring more and more to you all of all matters relating to cricket. So before we get started, a couple of things about the logistics. You can listen to me on 103.3 Houston FM, a station which is a presentation of Rehan Siddiqui. And this show, of course, is now officially sponsored by the Global Celebrity League United States chapter. You can also listen to me on HoustonFM.com anywhere in the world. These first two options, of course, locally in the Houston area. 103.3 is the dial to listen to me on your radio sets. And for those of you who are Facebook savvy, I am live on Facebook. For those of you seeing me on Facebook, here's the thumbs up, here's a victory sign, here's a wave. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to me on this lovely Sunday. Lots of cricketing action going on. Of course, the mother of all battles, India versus Pakistan, is going on in Dubai as we speak. And right now, I'm looking at the scores. Right now, I think, as I can see on Cricinfo, one of the official scorers here, 16.3 overs, 127 for 4. I think the team India has pulled things back a little bit with wickets. I know the power play was really in Pakistan's favor, 55 for the loss of 1 wicket in the first 6 overs of the power play, which was great going. But I think the last few overs they have been pegged back. So during the show, I'll try and keep up with the scores myself, maybe give you a quick rundown when the show ends. But I hope you all, in the midst of watching this game, are also tuning into me. So that's a big battle going on in the Asia Cup Super Fours round. And of course, Asia Cup Super Fours commenced yesterday with another wonderful game between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh coasting to victory. A fantastic chase of about 170 odd by Bangladesh, giving them their first victory in the Super Four. So an exciting set of games coming up, 6 games in total between, counting yesterday's and today's, between the top 4 teams from the league stages. And those are, we've already heard the names: Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and India. A few more games to go before the final, a week from today on the 28th of September. So what are you waiting for? Make sure you catch your action. If you could get out to the UAE, Dubai is the place to be. If not, in the United States, you can surely catch that action on Willow TV. Asia Cup, ladies and gentlemen, things are surely heating up. And coming along the same theme of T20 cricket, we have the Caribbean Premier League. The Caribbean Premier League, ladies and gentlemen, the men's final is going to be held today. I believe it's at the Providence Stadium in Guyana later this evening, 7 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time. It's the Guyana Amazon Warriors versus the Trinbago Knight Riders. That surely is going to be another exciting game that everyone should look forward to being glued to. I surely will do that. Let's not forget, the women's CPL final just happened midweek, and it was the Barbados Royals beating the Guyana Amazon Warriors. Congratulations to Barbados Royals for beating the Guyana Amazon Warriors and clinching the women's CPL 2025. So those are the key series happening in the T20 format. Let's go to the one-day internationals. One-day internationals, Pakistan versus South Africa in Pakistan. 2 games out of 3 done. South Africa winning both the games, courtesy some very good batting, especially, I believe, in the game yesterday. Tasman Brits, a powerful century, overcoming another century, I forget, from a Pakistani player as well. It was a high-scoring game, but South Africa has already won the series 2-0, with the final game coming up tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Pakistan-South Africa women's ODI series being played in Pakistan. Similarly, India versus Australia ODI series just concluded with a win in favor of the Australians. Australians winning the series 2-1, a hard-fought series where Australia posted 412, only to see India falter in the chase by about 40-odd runs. A fantastic game yesterday, most of which I caught live. A brilliant Smriti Mandhana century. I would say most of the second half of which I caught live, courtesy a brilliant century of Smriti Mandhana, 125 odd in just 63 deliveries. India was in the chase most of the way, but fell all the way to the end. They did fall short by about 40 odd runs. But kudos to both the teams for a fantastic series that they played out. And I believe Australia have now maintained their record of never losing a bilateral ODI series to India. This is the women's game, I mean. So congratulations, Team Australia. Both of these series are preparation for the upcoming Women's One-Day International World Cup. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the World Cup starts very, very soon. It starts the 30th of September, runs through the 2nd of November, with games being played between India and Sri Lanka. So those are some of the things that have happened in the field of cricket in the recent past. Now, we've also been talking about something else, something super exciting that's shaping up, and that's coming up fast and furious here in the United States, very close to good old Houston, in fact, part of Greater Houston, and that is the Global Celebrity League USA chapter. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the GCL USA chapter is coming to town October 24th to November 2nd. Mark your calendars for 10 days of fast and furious action in the Kingsmen Arena down south in Pearland. For those of you who've known the Musa Stadium, it has now been renamed to the Kingsmen Arena, ladies and gentlemen. It's the exact same venue as what used to be called the Musa Stadium. So make sure you lock your calendars and you lock this show on your Sunday morning time slots, because this is the show where we are going to bring you all the breaking information about the GCL USA chapter. To recap some of the things that we have shared on this show, there are 6 teams that are going to be competing for the GCL USA chapter season 1 title. Those are the Chicago Wind Chasers, Miami Waves, Las Vegas Aces, New York Liberty, Washington DC Eagles, and of course the home team, Houston Riders. So make sure you get on our website, globalcricketleague.us, or do a Google search for GCL USA. It should show up at the top of your search. And you will see all the options in there, including registrations. You have a family member, you yourself are one who is into cricket, want to get into highly competitive cricket in the midst of proven legends as well as emerging stars in your midst. This is your opportunity. Go ahead to our website, globalcricketleague.us, express your interest, register to become a part of the GCL USA chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, registrations are still open, but likely not for too long, because as I mentioned, things are taking shape thick and fast. We now have 6 marquee players signed up for GCL USA. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've got James Wins from the United Kingdom, Mohammad Nabi from Afghanistan, Imran Tahir from South Africa, the Wizard from South Africa, Shoaib Malik from Pakistan, Harbhajan Singh from India, and one of the best all-rounders of his era, Shakib Al Hasan from Bangladesh. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 6 marquee players have already signed up for the GCL USA. What are you waiting for? Make sure you express your interest if you would love to be a part of GCL USA, or some of your family members would love to be a part of GCL USA as a player. This is your opportunity to rub shoulders with the best in the business, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, there are other ways to also be part of the GCL USA, the Executive Club. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about the Executive Club. Here's a little more information on that. The Executive Club gives you access to all of the games as well as the events that will be held throughout those 10 days of fast and furious action. A single ticket, single price. It gives you all of the access. You get a 5-minute podcast because you become a special fan of GCL. You become a special fan by being a member of the Executive Club. An awesome experience, a unique experience, a brainchild of our president, Arif Malik. So look forward to having you sign up for the Executive Club. Any more details, you can always reach out to me directly, 832-310-4101. Send me a text message, send me a WhatsApp, give me a call. Not during the show. I won't be able to answer my cell phone during the show, but surely would be happy to call you back. Executive Club, ladies and gentlemen. And as I've been trying to do in the past, I try to bring on air or in the studio some stakeholders who are right in the heart, the thick of things when it comes to GCL USA. One such stakeholder is somebody that cricket lovers would always remember. The former dasher at the top of the order, the swashbuckling opener for Pakistan in T20s, Mr. Imran Nazir. Imran Nazir is now the Executive Vice President of GCL, not just USA, but globally, including other chapters. And I'm going to do my best to bring Imran Bhai on air with us in just a few minutes. While I try to do that, let us now listen to something that is literally hot off the press when it comes to GCL USA. And that is the GCL USA anthem. Only for you, ladies and gentlemen, while I try and get Imran Bhai on the call. Stay tuned and enjoy.
Across the skies, beyond all borders, legends rise, ignited fervor. This game unites young players and legends. Every shot, every catch, a legacy we send. Cricket spirit, let the whole world know. This is the spirit of the game. No limits, no walls, hearts aflame. Where legends guide, young players ignite. We play for honor, for pride, for love. Waves, aces, riders, wind chases, eagles, liberty. Together we rise, united in victory. GCL USA, mix of legends and young players. Feel the thrill, the passion. Raise the bars. Every cheer, every fight, courage echoes day and night. Legends mentor, young players soar. Together we shine forevermore. Boundaries tell stories, wickets mark glory. From Miami to New York, Houston to Vegas, GCL US, our passion never ceases. Together we rise. You give it during victory. GCL USA. This is the spirit of the game. No limits, no walls, hearts aflame. Where legends guide, young players ignite. We play for honor, for pride, for love. GCL USA, mix of legends and young players. Feel the thrill, the passion, raise the bars. For cricket, for unity, for a brighter day. GCL USA, the game, the spirit, the way. The game, the spirit, the way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try and get Imran Bhai on the line here. Imran Bhai, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Can you hear me
Yes.
clearly? कैसे हैं इमरान भाई, कैसे मिजाज हैं?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बिल्कुल मैं ठीक ठाक। आप कैसे हैं लोग? ठीक है,
एकदम बढ़िया, एकदम बढ़िया। बस जीसीएल की जोरों शोरों से यहाँ प्रमोशन कर रहा हूँ मैं अपने शो पर, तो बहुत बहुत
Okay.
शुक्रिया। सबसे पहले आपने टाइम दिया, आप दुबई में हैं एंड रात के 8:15 बज रहे हैं, तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। इमरान भाई, सबसे पहले तो हम हमारे लिसनर्स को ये बताएं कि आपका ये जीसीएल के साथ जो नाता है, कनेक्शन है, कैसे जुड़ा, शॉर्ट में बताएं।
डेफिनेटली मैं एज ए क्रिकेटर अगर बात करूं तो उसमें जो जिस तरह का ये इवेंट करवा रहे हैं उसमें जो अपॉर्चुनिटी है, करंट प्लेयर भी हैं और यंगस्टर्स भी हैं और लेजेंड्स भी हैं। तो अभी तो खैर हम लेजेंड्स में ही आते हैं। तो एज ए क्रिकेटर आई थिंक मेरे लिए बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है और इसकी हाइट बहुत ज्यादा अच्छी है। और जितनी सबसे पहले अगर मैं आरफ मलिक की बात करूं, उनकी पूरी टीम को मेरी तरफ से बहुत कंग्रेट्स। और जिस तरह ये मेहनत करके ये जो इस चीज को खड़ा की है इन्होंने, स्पेशली अगर अमेरिका के अंदर, तो एक बहुत बड़ा इवेंट है। और इसको जिस तरह इंशाल्लाह ये सारे प्लेयर जो पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं आने वाले टाइम पे ये एक प्लेटफॉर्म खड़ा होता है, तो यंगस्टर्स को बहुत फायदा है और इसमें अपॉर्चुनिटी बहुत ज्यादा सबके लिए है। आप सीनियर प्लेयर्स के साथ, अपने लेजेंड्स के साथ करंट प्लेयर होंगे, तो सो यंगस्टर्स को और बहुत सारे एक दूसरे के साथ जब मिलके मिक्सअप जो लीग होती है तो उसमें सबको ही बड़ी अच्छी क्रिकेट देखने को मिलेगी। आप लोगों को बड़ा एक बड़ा मेला आप कह सकते हैं। तो एज ए क्रिकेटर मैं ये कहूँगा, मेरी बेस्ट विशेज है और आई होप के एज ए गॉड अल्लाह ताला इसमें कामयाब करे इन सबको। जी
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपके इन ऑनेस्ट सिंसियर शब्दों को। जो आप एक बहुत ही आला क्रिकेटर रह चुके हैं, मैं खुद आपका बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ। कि आपकी बैटिंग उस जमाने में काफी काबिले तारीफ थी, टॉप ऑफ द ऑर्डर पे। मुझे याद है 2007 की हमारी गुफ्तगू भी हुई थी इस बात पे। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच आपके इस सपोर्ट के लिए। आप जैसे जो
बराबर।
फॉर्मर इतने ग्रेट क्रिकेटर्स हैं उनकी सपोर्ट से, और जैसे आपने आरिफ भाई का नाम लिया, मैंने खुद देखा है पिछले 2 महीनों में, मेरी पहचान हुई उनसे, जिस तरह की मेहनत बंदा करता है। ये यानी जैसे हिंदी में कहते हैं कि एक इंग्लिश में अनप्रेसिडेंटेड, या मैंने ऐसे देखा नहीं है इतने लोगों को इतने पैशन के साथ, और जैसे बिल्कुल थकता नहीं है बंदा। इट्स लाइक
डेफिनेटली। देखिए, आपकी अगर आरिफ मलिक की स्पेशली बात करूं तो उन्होंने ऑलरेडी पहले, अगर मैं सिंध प्रीमियर लीग की बात करूं या क्रिकेट कश्मीर प्रीमियर लीग की बात करूं,
राइट,
तो इनका बहुत बड़ा इसमें पार्टिसिपेशन है। और जो जो इस तरह लेके ये क्रिकेट को चले हैं,
राइट,
और जिस तरह इनको क्रिकेट को प्रमोट किया है, तो यही इनका बहुत बड़ा पैशन है। और बहुत इस तरह की वो मेहनत करते हैं, और सब प्लेयर्स को एक प्लेटफॉर्म के लेके ऊपर लेके आना, तो बहुत बड़ी एक अचीवमेंट है। और एज ए क्रिकेटर मैं कहूँगा, मेरी दुआ है और अल्लाह ताला इनको कामयाब करे। और एज ए क्रिकेटर हम खुद भी पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं। तो अमेरिका के अंदर एक समझ ले एक बहुत बड़ा एक इवेंट होने जा रहा है, जो कि बहुत बड़े बड़े नाम, बड़े बड़े प्लेयर जो है इसमें कंट्रीब्यूशन कर रहे हैं। तो एक बड़ी हंगामा खेज, एक बड़ी तगड़ी और बड़ा एक बहुत बड़ी एक तगड़ी क्रिकेट एंटरटेनमेंट सब लोगों को देखने को मिलेगी, जिसमें अमेरिका के लोग खूब एंजॉय करेंगे।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, हम सभी बेसब्री से इंतजार कर रहे हैं। आप ये बताएं कि जैसे आपका टाइटल है एग्जीक्यूटिव वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, को उस हवाले से आपका क्या रोल है इस समय? मैं यूएसए चैप्टर की बात करता हूँ, इवन दो आपका रोल तो ज़्यादा ग्लोबल है जितना मैं समझता हूँ। और पता है कि शॉर्ट में कि आपका क्या रोल होगा जीसीएल यूएसए में?
देखिए, मेरा रोल इतना ही है कि मैं एज ए क्रिकेटर ही पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा हूँ। लेजेंड क्रिकेट में तो वही एक लेजेंड वाला हिसाब है। तो बाकी कोई भी हमारे लायक होती है खिदमत, तो डेफिनेटली हम एज ए क्रिकेटर जरूर क्रिकेट के लिए काम करते हैं। और कोई भी क्रिकेट के लेकर कोई भी किसी को हेल्प चाहिए हो तो डेफिनेटली जरूर हम उनके साथ जुड़ते हैं।
एक्सीलेंट। तो आप ये बताएं हमारे लिसनर्स को कि कोई पैगाम आपकी तरफ से, जैसे आपने तो कह दिया कि उम्दा इवेंट होने वाला है, एकदम फर्स्ट क्लास, ये तो बड़ी, लेकिन आप जैसे अलग अलग टाइप के जो स्टेक होल्डर्स होते हैं, कोई इन्वेस्टर कम्युनिटी होगा, किसी के घर में कोई 18-20 की उम्र के बढ़िया क्रिकेट खेलने वाले, या जलाल भाई भी कोचिंग करते हैं, या उनकी एकेडमी में हो, या कहीं और कोचिंग ले रहे हैं लेकिन आला खेलते हैं।
मेरे ख्याल में एज ए क्रिकेटर एक ही सजेस्ट करूंगा, और सब कम्युनिटी जितनी भी है वहाँ पे जो क्रिकेट फैंस हैं, या और अगर मैं स्पॉन्सर की बात करूँ, इन्वेस्टर्स की बात करूँ, तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म है, जिससे आने वाले टाइम के अगर आप इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं और स्पॉन्सर्स करते हैं तो वर्ल्ड वाइज ये चीज देखी जाएगी, और आने वाले टाइम में आपको बिजनेस का बहुत ज्यादा फायदा होगा। और जो यंगस्टर के लिए है कि देखें, आपके साथ इतने बड़े डिफरेंट कंट्री के लेजेंड्स आके इस टूर्नामेंट में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, फिर उसके बाद करंट प्लेयर आ रहे हैं, फिर उसके बाद यंगस्टर अमेरिका के लोकल बहुत सारे प्लेयर जो है इसमें पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे। तो ये एक मिक्सअप जो है वो बहुत एक कलर खूबसूरत, आप कलर क्रिकेट कह सकते हैं, जो खूबसूरती है वो सब मिक्सअप होकर जब खेलते हैं तो वो आने वाले टाइम में यंगस्टर्स को एक प्लेटफॉर्म जब मिलता है, उसमें टैलेंट शो होता है। आई थिंक मेरे ख्याल में ये एक ऐसी चीज है कि जिसमें आप आए और इस प्लेटफॉर्म से अपना टैलेंट लोगों को दिखाएं, शो करवाएं, ताकि आने वाले टाइम पे आप भी बड़े स्टार बने। और बाकी इन्वेस्टर्स या स्पॉन्सर्स, उनको कितना फायदा होता है इस चीज को, बिकॉज आप ग्लोबल में सब कहीं भी आप वर्ल्ड वाइज जब टीवी पे एक चीज देखी जाती है तो डेफिनेटली वो आपके बिजनेस में आपको बहुत ज्यादा हेल्पफुल होती है। तो मैं एक ही सजेस्ट करूंगा, इस टूर्नामेंट को आप मिलके सब लोग आए, जिसको देखे। क्राउड इतना ज्यादा है, जितनी कम्युनिटी है, फैंस है क्रिकेट के, वो आए, अपने फैंस से पिक्चरें लें, उनसे ऑटोग्राफ लें, उनसे आप तो खैर सोशल मीडिया के इतना दौर है, तो आपके लिए यही एक चीज है कि आप आए और इस चीज को, ये आपका ही ये समझे इवेंट है, आप इसको कामयाब करना है। ग्राउंड भरे, ग्राउंड में आए, मैचेस देखे, अपने स्टार से मिले, और स्पॉन्सर्स बिल्कुल स्पॉन्सर आए, और उनके लिए एक ही चीज है, आप अपने इस चीज को दुनिया में दिखाएं कि हमने टीम को स्पॉन्सर किया, उससे आपसे बिजनेस आपका बहुत ज्यादा अपग्रेड होगा।
ऑसम। ओके, लास्ट सवाल, आई एम श्योर कईयों के जहन में, आप कब अमेरिका पहुंच रहे हैं और कौन सी टीम की तरफ से खेलेंगे?
देखें अभी तो सब प्लेयर हम डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टीम्स के अंदर जो है वो जो कहते हैं कि हम डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे तो लेट्स सी कि कौन सी टीम से खेलता हूँ इंशाल्लाह मैं होपफुली के नेक्स्ट मंथ के फर्स्ट वीक या सेकंड वीक तक जो है आई बी देयर और इस टूर्नामेंट में मैं जरूर नजर आऊंगा बाकी किसी टीम में भी आए ये सब हमारे सबकी लीग है तो इसमें किसी भी टीम से खेलो होपफुली कि अच्छा परफॉर्म हो लोगों को अच्छा एंटरटेनमेंट देखने मिले जैसा कभी जवानी में खेलते थे
यस
तो ये खेलनी चाहिए क्रिकेट खेलनी चाहिए यंगस्टर्स को आके हम लोग कोचिंग करेंगे उनको टिप्स देंगे उनको मोटिवेट करेंगे ताकि आप देखिए आप तो हमारा पार्टिसिपेशन एज ए सिर्फ लेजेंड या स्टार के हद तक ही है लेकिन क्या है कि हम यंगस्टर के लिए ये चीज हमने एक रखी थी कैटेगरी ताकि लेजेंड भी आए ताकि लोगों को भी पता चले कि अभी तक क्रिकेट स्टिल प्लेइंग क्रिकेट और दूसरा क्या है कि यंगस्टर को इस चीज का बड़ा फायदा होता है वो जब उनकी इंस्पिरेशन होती है कि बड़े स्टार कोई भी हो तो वो अपने स्टार्स को मिलेंगे उनसे कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल आपने जो बात कही यहाँ मास्टर क्लास जुलाई में हुआ था बहुत ही आला हुआ शोएब मलिक ने बहुत बच्चों के साथ इंटरेक्ट किया 10 साल के बच्चे शायद 18 साल का भी एक नौजवान मुझसे मिला सब बहुत बहुत खुश हुए 1-2 घंटे की बात हुई और अलग अलग टिप्स दिए शोएब भाई ने तो बहुत बहुत अच्छा लगा तो उसी को 100 गुना बड़े पैमाने पर हम देखेंगे GCL इवेंट होते हुए तो बहुत अच्छी बात है एक्सीलेंट इमरान भाई बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपने समय निकाला हमारे दर्शकों से बात की और वी आर वेटिंग फॉर यू टू कम टू द US and maybe to the studio as well once you are here
definitely see you there very soon
thank you Imran bhai have a good evening take care bye Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Imran Nazir, the former swashbuckling opener from Pakistan, now the Executive Vice President of GCL globally, not just the United States chapter. As you could hear, he was super excited about what GCL USA is bringing to the table. It's bringing the legends, it's bringing the recent retirees, it's bringing the emerging players all in one platform with a definitive plan to help ensure that the youngsters rub their shoulders with the legends and gain the maximum that they can. That was Imran Tahir. We all are awaiting Imran Tahir's coming into the... I'm sorry, that was Imran Nazir. I apologize. Beg your pardon. Imran Nazir's... We are awaiting his arrival into the United States. And hopefully not just he, but even some of the other big names that are going to be participating in the GCL USA, they will grace this show in the studio or on air. The last thing that I have for GCL USA today, before I go to the rest of the show, the second half of the show, is not to forget the GCL USA has now enlisted Cricinfo as the official scorers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Cricinfo will officially score the GCL USA. So what else are you waiting for? Once again, make sure you mark your calendars. October 24th to November 2nd. The venue, Kingsman Arena, formerly Musa Stadium. 10 days of fast and furious action. You don't want to miss that. Make sure you watch the space. Reach out to me, 832-3104-101. I'll be happy to give you any information that you would need. And if I don't have it, I'll make sure I'll get it for you. Executive Club, again, a unique opportunity to become that special cricket fan that you've always wanted to be. On that note, take a little break while I set the studio up for Facebook Live videos as we discuss the heroes of cricket in a different format. As we bring the heroes in, let's play a song that talks about hero. मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा.
आँखों के पन्नों पे मैंने लिखा था 100 दफा लफ्जों में जो इश्क था हुआ ना होठों से बयां खुद से नाराज हूँ क्यों बेआवाज हूँ मेरी खामोशियाँ है सजा
दिल है ये सोचता फिर भी नहीं पता किस हक से कहूँ बता कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा 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 मैं हूँ हीरो हीरो राहों में भी हर कदम मैं तेरे साथ चला हाथों में थे ये हाथ मगर फिर भी रहा फासला सीने में है छुपे एहसास प्यार के बिन कहे तू सुन ले जरा दिल है ये सोचता फिर भी नहीं पता किस हक से कहूँ बता कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I was trying to experiment a little bit with getting you the videos played in a different format. Wasn't really quite working out. So give me another second here while I come back with my discussions on the heroes of cricket in a slightly different format. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So today what we're going to be doing is talking about the heroes of cricket, but as I said, in a slightly different format. And the different format is very simple. If I had to go back in time and pick a team of 11 players that I think would be the very best, not just individually, but more importantly, they would gel well as a single team, then who would those 11 players be? This is a question that has been asked across many a generation, right? I have been watching and listening to cricket, I would say, for easily about 45 years, maybe a little more. Yeah. And this question first came to my mind. I think I even read about it somewhere about maybe 20 years after I had started watching cricket. I was very young when I started watching cricket. So when I first heard about this and I read some articles about this, I had my own thoughts. I read some articles on this written by some of the legends. And I said, wow, that would be a good exercise. And it was on my mind. And then I penciled something just a few years ago, literally about 6, 7 years ago. So quite a few years after I had the first thought. And of course, a lot of the initial cricket that I watch is of legends who have now long been retired. And they weighed most on me because those were the legends that I grew up watching, that I developed a passion for cricket watching. And those days when I was initially watching cricket, it was mainly the test match format. That was the pinnacle of cricket. One day internationals were being played, but they were few and far in between, even though the World Cups were only one day international World Cups. And T20s were not even in place those days. So the best 11, in my opinion, that would form a great cricket team. As well as made up of those who are individually fantastic players. Yeah. Uh, to me, is the best 11 that would form the best test match 11, right? Because you're playing a test match over 5 grueling days with weather changes, pitch changes, other condition changes, rollers being used, heavy rollers being used, light rollers being used. Which 11 would you back to play for you and guarantee that you would end up winning most of the time? And that's a question that's been asked. Many a luminary has written many articles about it. I have my own thoughts, and I thought I'll share some of that. So it's not possible for me to cover all 11 of those legends today, but I'll try and cover the top two. The opening batsman. Who would my opening batsman be? And I think the first name that comes is a name that shouldn't be a surprise to any cricket fan. When it comes to test history, there is only one name that would be penciled in by most cricket legends as the opener they would want to bat for their life. None other than the original Little Master, Sunil Manohar Gavaskar. I don't think there has been a better batsman with a better technique, a more compact stance, and a better judgment of where his off stump is than the one that the remarkable, legendary, indescribable Sunny Gavaskar, I think. And growing up, I had seen the legendary Ravi Shastri used to host a television program on cricket where he used to talk about different aspects of cricket. And one day I recall I was watching the show as a young boy, and Ravi Shastri talked about stance in cricket, and he said, let's watch an example of a perfect batting stance in cricket. And he showed a still clip of Sunil Gavaskar. A few years after that, I had seen an article, I don't recall in which media outlet, it was online, by, again, legendary Sir Ian Botham, where he said, without any doubt, I'm paraphrasing, the finest opening batsman I ever bowled to. He had enormous powers of concentration. Sunil Gavaskar. He's the one that Sir Ian Botham was referring to. Another legend, Imran Khan, the former captain of Pakistan, had said, Sunil Gavaskar managed his innings better than any other batsman of his time. And I recall a funny thing that happened during one of the series between Pakistan and India. In India, when there was a lot discussed those days about umpiring, and Imran Khan in that interview, along with Sunil Gavaskar, Imran and Sunil were interviewed on national TV in India. And Imran said, in this series, I don't think the umpiring has been biased. Yeah. And in that series, what had happened was Sunil Gavaskar was out first ball. I think it was a test in Jaipur. And prior to that, Arun Lal, I believe in Eden Gardens, went on to score some runs. And Imran said, I know the umpiring has not been biased, but I know Arun Lal was out first ball. Maybe the umpire was not ready or something. And the interviewer asked, well, Imran, something, I'm paraphrasing, Imran, you must be thankful that the umpire was ready when Sunil Gavaskar was out first ball. And Imran said, imagine Sunny batting on that wicket, which was a flat track, for 2 days. Yeah. And so that was the healthy respect that even the legendary Imran Khan had for Sunil Gavaskar. So lots of such anecdotes. In fact, another anecdote that I want to share before I go on to play a couple of my favorite videos of Sunil Gavaskar. One, Sunil Gavaskar was going to retire, and he expressed that sentiment to Imran Khan when Imran told him, you know what, don't retire yet. There is a series between India and Pakistan in India that is going to be announced, and I'm going to be leading the Pakistan team, and I want to come to India and beat India in that series. If you're not playing in that series, that victory will not be of much substance. I'm paraphrasing, it's going to be facile. So I want you to play. And Sunil Gavaskar, believe it or not, did not retire as he had planned to. And Sunny even mentioned this recently in an interview that he thanked Imran Khan because he stayed on to play and got his 10,000th test runs. He was the first one to get there against Pakistan. So I can have a show on Sunil Gavaskar. I can probably have 10 shows, maybe 20 shows, maybe a full month long set of shows just on Sunil Gavaskar, and I'll still not be able to talk about everything that this genius has done on the field of cricket. And even now, he continues to do as a fantastic commentator across the globe. But I have to stop somewhere. So I'll stop talking about Sunil and Sunny Bhai, Sunny G, as he's fondly known. And I'll go on to a couple of snippets, one long one, one short one. The first one is the one that Sir Ian Botham said was one of the greatest innings he ever saw, which was Sunil Gavaskar scoring 221 against England where India was chasing 430 odd to win. India fell short by 7-8 runs and the match was a draw. But they got that close only because of Sunil Gavaskar. It's a 7-minute clip, absolutely worth every moment of it, and I hope you all enjoy it. I'll move around a little bit just to make sure that those on Facebook Live are able to enjoy this video in as good a manner as they can. Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Both of them made every effort to beat India, but he was thwarted by the remarkable Sunil Gavaskar.
Oh, it's beautifully placed, perfectly to the pitch of it. Willis herring after it down to the main scoreboard there. It's just going to beat him and go over for 4. First boundary of the morning, and delightful extra cover drive by Sunil Gavaskar takes him on to 50. That's another 50 to the Indian opener.
Willis, Vauxhall end again. This is his 15th over. He'll take his runs on to 42 and Gavaskar's to 66.
That's a nice full toss as a gift to start with, and it's put gloriously through, made looking for 3rd. The single down to long leg brings up the 150 for India. 150 coming up here in the 72nd over.
Splendid stroke to bring up the 100 for this fine batsman.
Please stay off the wicket.
100 to Gavaskar. And
don't upset the batsman.
Spectators rushing on, uncaring of whether anyone else wants to applaud Gavaskar or not.
It's a beautiful shot. Half volley, admittedly, but put away in really glorious style to extra cover.
It's a lovely shot from slower ball, very well picked up. Gavaskar quick to seize on that. That's his 12th boundary. And there's his 150. That's a great knock. 150 out of 253. Beautiful innings from Gavaskar.
He's going to hit that over the top. Cleared the ring of inner fielders for 4 more. And Indian players enjoying not only the score but the lovely sunshine here at the Oval. Gavaskar already with one record to his name here. His record opening stand, 213. Needs another 11 to make the highest score by an Indian in this country. And there's 4 of them. The rare occasions that Peter Williers dropped it short outside the off stump, and as we've said repeatedly, this little man very, very seldom misses a loose ball. That single brings Gavaskar also to 500 runs in the series.
Here's Bob Willis steaming in at him, bowling from the Vauxhall end. Here's his 200. A super innings. Magnificent performance. The worst thing about all this is that it stops the batsman who's done so well receiving the proper plaudits of the crowd. And you can't have anyone who's played better than Gavaskar today. 200 out of 324, 431 minutes, and he hit 19 boundaries. It's the 3rd double century of his Test career, and only the 2nd 200 made by an Indian player against England. Well, that's what happens when the luck's running with you. Nicely fielded by Butcher. So now Gavaskar has equalled highest ever Test innings by an Indian player. That little edge stroke past leg stump. He's made 203. And is it deep backward square? That's Peter Willie. .350 comes up. .204 to Gavaskar, and that now beats the Nawab of Pataudi's previous record of 203 not out at Delhi 63-64.
Well, a superbly placed shot there by Gavaskar. Saw the big gap there between long on and mid wicket and snapped it right in the middle. Records and achievements going by the board here. That single takes Gavaskar on to 221, his high score in Test match cricket, beating the 220 he made against the West Indies at Port of Spain in the 70-71 season. And he's gone. So the end of Gavaskar, Botham comes on and does the trick. Gower takes the catch up mid-on and is at the end of Indian hopes. Well, it's certainly the end of one of the finest innings we've seen here at the Oval for many, many a long day. Superb performance by little Sunil Gavaskar. 8 hours, 7 minutes for a magnificent double century. 24s in that innings, which the few privileged people here will remember for a long, long time. And none more so than those English fielders out there. He's kept them at bay. He hasn't given a chance over that long, long period.
Surely one of the finest innings ever seen at the Oval, and one of the finest innings ever played by the legendary Sunil Gavaskar, ladies and gentlemen. Now I move to a very short video, the 10,000th run scored by the legendary Sunil Gavaskar. Very short video, let's enjoy. And I recall I was watching this game live as a kid, and when Sunil Gavaskar scored his 10,000th run, a very famous commentator those days, Fredun De Vitra, was actually surprised at the celebration that Sunil Gavaskar showed when he scored that 10,000th run because Sunil Gavaskar was generally very, very subdued. And in fact, at the end of the day's play or at the end of that session, he even interviewed Sunny about that. And maybe, it was something about, okay, maybe that's where it all came out. All of the accomplishments that Sunil Gavaskar had, I think all of the subdued celebration, it all got vented out when he got to that 10,000th run. Really magical. It was so magical that when Sir Ellen Border later, a few years later, was going to get to 10,000 runs, Cricket Australia asked Sunny Gavaskar to be in presence, and was essentially to the extent saying, "We want you here when AB Ellen Border gets there." Yeah? That was the importance of the 10,000th run, and Sunny Gavaskar being the very first in the world to get there. Let's enjoy that magical moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Gavaskar, executing a delectable late cut off Ejaz Faqih. He has scaled 10,000 runs.
Very bright as the ball.
That was Sunny Gavaskar getting his 10,000th run with that little late cut of Ejaz Faqih, the Pakistani spinner. So that is my number one batsman, the opening batsman that I want to play for my live, Sunny Gavaskar. Now, who would I pair with Sunil Gavaskar? Those were the days, all of these legends, they really did shine in the 1980s and I would say up to mid 1990s. And those were the days when, had it not been for Sunil Gavaskar, the top two openers would have been from West Indies, because West Indies had two of the finest opening batsmen at that point in time across the world in Desmond Haynes and Gordon Greenwich. Now, I threw a curveball and I selected Sunil Gavaskar to open for me because I thought he had a better technique. And let's face it, Gordon Greenwich and Desmond Haynes never had to play Andy Roberts and Michael Holding and Joel Garner, except in the nets. Sunil Gavaskar played all of them and in fact scored a mammoth 774 runs in his first series in the Caribbean. And those days, the pitches in the Caribbean had a lot of fire. And these bowlers could really bowl very, very high speeds. There were no speed guns then, but I'm sure they were touching more than 90 miles per hour. So with all due respect to the greatness of Desmond Haynes and Gordon Greenwich, I had to leave one of them out and select one of them to pair with Sunil Gavaskar at the top of the order. It was a tricky choice for me. I liked both Desmond Haynes and Gordon Greenwich. The vote went to Gordon Greenwich after I read an article by the legendary Sir Ian Botham. And he said, Gordon Greenwich, I don't recall the exact words, I'm paraphrasing. Gordon Greenwich was very, very good when he was fine, but he was devastating when he was injured. He could be injured, but he was devastating because he was only interested in hitting boundaries. He would hit 4s and 6s at will when he was injured. So Gordon Greenwich, ladies and gentlemen, is the one that I would pair with Sunil Gavaskar. A lot of great innings by Gordon Greenwich, but the one that I've selected, again, a slightly long video, and that'll be my last video for today. It's a video that showcases Gordon Greenwich scoring 214 not out in a chase of 342 in the fourth innings for West Indies to win a test against England. Those days, scoring 342 in the fourth innings of a test match, even today, is no mean task. But Gordon Greenwich's innings literally made mincemeat of that task, and it was like a walk in the park for the West Indies. So let's enjoy Gordon Greenidge's magnificent double hundred against England that helped them chase 342 to win. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
"142 runs England had set West Indies to win. That seemed to me to be a very, very tall order. I think it's probably kept them out of the game because they would have to score at about 4.25 runs per over if we look at them getting about 80 overs in the remainder of the day. 4 runs, first runs on the board for the West Indies. Good shot from Gordon Greenidge.
Short, and it's 4 runs. Lovely shot, turn off his legs. Long chase round for Bob Willis. Just can't make it. Greenidge still in principally in boundaries here.
Great shot. Hit fence now. A matter of 2 seconds from leaving the bat to striking the small fence. And the extra applause now for Gordon Greenidge, reaching 50 out of a total of 77. It's a great shot. Had some really good shots this morning, Gordon Greenidge.
Beautiful shot. Put through mid-wicket for yet another boundary.
So strong here around his leg stump, and that was the area that Foster fed him. Full swing of the bat there.
New over from Neil Foster. Greenidge on 61. Next through mid-off for 4 runs.
Greenidge is getting a 4 every over now. Hit that slightly on the up, wasn't quite at half volley length.
Through this time. Yes, the quick single for Gordon Greenidge. Up goes the bat, up go the arms. Super 100 this. Really has played exceptionally well. 100 out of 149 for 1. Has really set West Indies on their way.
There's a good shot. Good much down the leg side from Bob Willis. And these two men, Greenidge and Gomes, taking full advantage of anything at all loose. Beautiful shot. Great stroke that by Greenidge.
That's hoisted away. That's over square leg and into the crowd. 6 runs to Greenidge. 139 he goes to now. Both of them the bowler to suffer. And that went into the grandstand with no apparent effort at all. That'll be 150. Desperate dive by Gatting out there, all to no avail. Another boundary for Gordon Greenidge. Up goes the bat. 153 now. Brilliant performance from the West Indian opener. He's got all his supporters with him, and they've enjoyed every minute of this great innings. 1-6, 22 fours in his 150. And West Indies brought the difference down now to only 93. immediately greeted him with yet another boundary. Another fine shot from Greenwich. There's the old Bajan seashell. I've blown a few of those in my time. It's gone again. 4 more.
Just the power in that shot. Umpire really had to move. I think there was umpire Dickie Bird move fast. Otherwise, he would have had a serious fracture there on one of his legs.
Well, that's an extraordinary stroke. It was just as he played it, I had the feeling that he hadn't quite middled it. In fact, he did, and he's hit it for 6 and gone past the 200 mark to become only the 9th cricketer in the history of the game to make a double century at Lord's. A lot of joy in that area, and there in certain other areas around the ground, it's as though the heavy sandbag has been applied right to the base of the neck.
Ian Botham, by the looks, to make the final gesture, coming up for short run.
There it is. The players are off. 4 games. A win.
What a win for West Indies on the back of a fantastic double 100 by Gordon Greenwich that took West Indies past the required total of 342 with 1 wicket down. That was the class and the caliber of Gordon Greenwich. Ladies and gentlemen, so my World Test 11 starts off with Sunil Gavaskar and Gordon Greenwich. I'll continue this discussion of legends in my World Test 11 over the next few shows, depending on how much time I spend on promoting GCL USA. One last time today, ladies and gentlemen, the Global Celebrity League USA chapter coming soon, coming fast and furious. Mark your calendars, October 24th through November 2nd. And the venue is going to be the Kingsman Arena, formerly known as Moosa Stadium in Pearland, Texas, a short drive from anywhere in the greater Houston area. Make sure you get your tickets through the Executive Club or other capabilities of ticket purchase that we will be showcasing on this particular platform. To recap, we've got the marquee players lined up already. James Wins, United Kingdom; Shakib Al Hasan, Bangladesh; Imran Tahir, South Africa; Mohammad Nabi, Afghanistan; Shoaib Malik, Pakistan; and Harbhajan Singh, India. Lots more coming. You heard from Imran Tahir. You heard from Imran Nazir. He surely is going to be here, and so are the other legends. An exciting opportunity, and more to come. Stay tuned to this channel. So as I take leave from you, a request as I do every time, keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I hope you liked my show. Do give me your feedback. You can always send me a message on Facebook or on my direct line, text or WhatsApp, 832-310-4101. I was trying to get you a better show today. I saw that some of the headphones, the guest headphones, are disconnected. I'll need to figure out how to get those properly plugged in so that I could drive the Facebook stuff a little bit closer, not being so far away. I'm sure I'll improve as I've been trying to do every time. But again, let's not forget GCL USA, the party is coming to town. So as I take leave, keep me in your thoughts and prayers, keep me in your blessings. And if all goes well, I'll be back here 11 a.m. Houston time next Sunday. So while I take leave, here's a song that speaks to the fact that the party, the GCL party, has just begun. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
दरवाजे को कुंडी मारो कोई न बच के जाने पाए, डीजे को समझा दो म्यूजिक गलती से भी रुक ना जाए, लगा जो फील करे वो जाके दो रेड बुल लटक ले, जिसको डांस नहीं करना वो जाके अपनी भैंस चराए।
बस आज की रात है, कल से वही से अपे है, जी भर के नाच लो ना घर वाले ना मापे हैं, सब पे अपना राज है, डरने की क्या बात है, ये तो बस शुरुआत है, ये तो बस शुरुआत है।
अरे अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है। अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है।
ये तो बस शुरुआत है।
बाद में न कहना कुछ भी, पहले ही दे दूं वार्निंग, पार्टी चलेगी टिल 6 in the morning, जी भर के नाच ले वे भी नाच नाच के तोड़ दे सैंडल, आंटी पुलिस बुला लेगी तो यार तेरा कर लेगा हैंडल, सूचना जनहित में जारी, जिसको अपनी जान प्यारी, चुपचाप वो फ्लोर पे आए, फ्लोर पे आके नाचे गाए, नखरे वखरे ना दिखाए, शर्म तो कर दे बाय बाय, माइकल जैक्सन वाले 2-3 एक्शन करके दिखाए। पार्टी करनी है हम पार्टी करेंगे, किसी के भी पापा से नहीं डरेंगे, हम हैं बेटे हम, बाकी सारे पानी कम, हमें रोक के दिखाए जिसकी बम में है दम।
मस्ती है माहौल में, चाय कुमारी है, सारे थक के बैठ गए अपनी पार्टी जारी है। मस्ती है माहौल में, चाय कुमारी है, सारे थक के बैठ गए पर अपनी पार्टी जारी है। अरे पंगा तो कोई शुरू करे, अपनी भी करारी है, जुम्मी चुकी नोक पर रखी दुनिया सारी है, रखी दुनिया सारी है।
अरे अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है। अरे अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है। अरे अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है। अरे अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है। और जिसको डांस नहीं करना वो जाके अपनी भैंस चराए।
To the community, Agha's restaurant and Shaukat Maradia, an institution itself.
रेहान के साथ 15 साल पहले मैंने काम शुरू किया था, जब आगाज को कोई भी पहचानता नहीं था। उस वक्त रेहान ने मेरे साथ दोस्ती की, आगाज को प्रमोट किया, उसका जो रेडियो स्टेशन था उसकी चाबी मुझे दे दी कि शौकत भाई जब भी आपकी मर्जी करें आप आ जाए। उस बंदे ने इतना दिल से आगाज को प्रमोट किया, सपोर्ट किया।